Hey guys, welcome back to Restoration Mastery TV, and today we are talking to you about what to do when the recession comes.
Boom. All right, guys, so check this out. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because it has to do with sales. But let's think about this. You know, for anyone who's been in the industry for 15 years and longer has been told that our industry is recession-proof. And we need to debunk that right now. If you've been in it that long, then you've been brainwashed. But the reality is you know and understand that 2008 hit and everyone took a crap. Everything went sideways, and people are starting to figure out, like, what is going on? This is not a recession-proof business, okay? It could be recession-resistant, but the reality is you got to put the freaking work in. Bottom line, man.
Absolutely. So when 2008 hit and we all felt like we were recession-proof, we found out there were three ways that we were really starting to be affected. The first way is that homeowners were choosing to cash out on the lucrative portions of their jobs themselves. So they would take a look, Junior was out of work, Mama's out of work, and they see that we're getting $3,000 to paint the house. Well, why don't we just do the portions of the work ourselves to make the most money? The second thing people started to do was they started to shop around for less expensive contractors. Right. And this happens during times of recession and out of recession, but it definitely happens a lot more commonly during recession time. And the third way that this hit us really bad is that some people wouldn't shop around, some people wouldn't cash out on the drywall, they would actually let us do all of the work. And then they'd get that check for $10,000.
Where's the money?
And they would forget who did the work. I remember who did the work. It's the guy on that cruise ship, and I'm gonna go pay him right now.
I'll tell you. And you know what? You guys have probably been through this. People are not paying their freaking bills. This is what happens when the recession hits. So we've all been hearing rumblings of Brexit. Something is about to go down, and it's going to be in your own backyard. It may not be this year, but likely within 2 years, we are going to get shook up. What does that mean for you? What that means is that you have got to be the type of employee that stops half-assing everything, okay? If you start to lie to yourself and say, this is recession-proof, I'm not gonna worry about it, then you're putting yourself and your family in jeopardy. That's my opinion. I think that's bullshit. I think you need to step up, whether you're a gal or a guy, and you need to realize that this is a warning, okay? What's coming your way is not gonna be pretty. And it's time for you to invest in yourself, right? You need to learn how to persuade. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to do exactly what you're doing. Whatever your trade is, be the best at that. And then self-improvement, continually self-improve. Tim's talked about this many times in the past. If you go into his apartment, my apartment, you know that we've got books everywhere, all over the place, and we're always diving in and feeding our minds. But more importantly, we're not afraid to execute. We go in there, we learn one thing, we say, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And when you do that, it creates momentum. And, it reminds me of the story of Cortez. Cortez was a conqueror years and years ago. Now, here's the thing. Here's what Cortez did. Cortez knew that he was going after the biggest gold and the biggest jewels around. For 600 years, other conquerors have been trying to conquer this island and take what the Aztecs had, but no one was able to do it. So Cortez starts to tell his people. He starts to figure out, what team am I going to get around him to say, hey guys, let's think about what this gold and what these treasures are going to mean to us. What we are going to be able to do. What your children are going to be able to do. And what was he doing? He was painting a vision. He was painting a vision for his people, okay, directly around him. So he took those chosen people, they travel, as they're beginning to travel, now they're halfway through their voyage, he starts to listen and figure out that, holy crap, some people are doubting, right? And they're saying, hey, Mr. Cortez, I'm not sure we should be on this voyage because we're not sure we're going to make it back, so we really think we should turn away. And so he's hearing the rumbling, and he says, okay, he gets back and he starts to encourage his people again. So they finally get to the island and they're hanging out at the beach. Okay, they don't go in there and storm the island. They're just hanging out at the beach, and he knows, I've got to reconvince my people that we are at the right place. So he got them all together, and he said, guys, remember what we're here for. We're here to conquer this island. We're here to take all the treasure because it belongs to us. And you know what he said? He said, our next step is we're going to burn the boats. Burn the freaking boats. So they torched all the boats that they had, and when they begin to ask them, what are we going to do? How are we going to get back home? He says, if we're going to go back home, we're going back in their ships. So bottom line is, you freaking burn the boats and you just commit. I think too many of us are half-assing it. We got plan B in our pocket. Plan B is going to separate your brain. And it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to think about this, then I'm going to think about that. Think about one thing. Be the best badass you possibly can be in your business, in your industry. Deliver the best sales you can. Persuade. Learn how to do that. Learn how to influence. Learn how to take care of people and communicate. That's my freaking message.
Preach. Now, I know a lot of you are sitting there and thinking, well, I have 30 years experience in this business. There's no way that I'm ever going to be laid off. But the reality is, I've met a lot of you guys, and a lot of you guys have 1 year experience in this business. You've just done it 30 times. The reality is you've got to see how you can be better this year. I don't care if you've been in this business 5, 10, 15, 30 years. You have to be better this year than you were last year if you want to keep your position. If you're sitting in a throne, if you're, the vice president of your company, well, good for you. What are you doing to provide value?
Amen.
If you have so much value to your company, you're a valuable appendage. Let me put it this way. If a fingernail is bothering you, you chop off the fingernail. If a leg is bothering you, you don't think about cutting off your leg. And the reason is because the leg is too freaking valuable. You've got to walk around on it. The only time you're cutting off of a leg is when the damage to the leg is so bad that it literally becomes dangerous for you to keep it. And then you're prepared to lose everything. As a restoration executive, you've got to be more important to your company tomorrow than you are today. The way you do that is through education, through perseverance, through passion, through driving yourself forward to be more of a value to your company tomorrow than you are right now. If you're not asking yourself every single day, how can I be more valuable to my company, then not only is Brexit happening, they're exiting the euro and you're going to exit your company.
Amen. Amen. And I got to tell you, so down below on one of these links, you're going to see that you have the opportunity to, if you want to drill down on the restoration industry, on the sales aspect, on persuasion, on being able to be a salesperson. Many of you think that that's a bad name. That's not a bad name. That is what's going to take to get you to the other side. You want to be successful? Learn how to sell. Learn how to communicate. So that being said, you can look at the links below, and we've got opportunities for you to be able to take a deep dive into courses that are coming your way in the next 30 days, and you can pre-buy now at a discount. But it's going to be important, whether it's us, and you know what, I don't care where you buy, it doesn't have to be us, it can be anywhere. The bottom line is you have to educate yourself. You have to continue to feed your brain if you're going to make it to the next level.
And it shouldn't just be us. It should be libraries, it should be us, it should be podcasts, it should be video series. By the way, have you subscribed yet? Just throwing that in there. You should absolutely be looking at furthering your education this year.
Yeah, and if you guys have gotten any value out of our videos, please, we love hearing your feedback. We love to hear a lot more. Feel free to email us, Facebook us, tweet us, whatever. Connect with us and let us know that it's helping you.